And welcome back, everyone. We are starting it off on a new coin with Dogwifhat, and it is on Bybit that we're going to look at it. It's a very new coin. I have already done our fib, but I will show you that in 1 second. Before we get it all kicked off, please, 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 if you haven't already, like, subscribe, press the bell button for notification to the channel so you get these updates as they come out. If you're interested in trading with me live, please feel free to join the Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of the video below, alongside all other affiliate services that I use and recommend. So thank you so much, guys. I know that it's been a crazy wild week. Trump almost getting murked, Biden bowing out, and ETH ETF around the corner. Next week is probably my most important event, which is the Fed FOMC deciding if they're going to increase or cut rates or hold rates, whatever they're deciding. It's going to be coming out Wednesday next week. So between this week Wednesday and next week Wednesday is going to be a very interesting trading week. With the ETF coming out, are we going to get a sell-off event or not? We will have to wait and see, but that is usually what happens in history. And if you go look at the higher time frames on those assets, you will see lower highs. So feel free to go back in my old videos and look at what I'm talking about in that. For today, let's go here and start with Dogwifhat. As you can see, started off very low here at 20 cents. We had a nice pump up to like almost $5, and now we're getting a pullback. The pullback is actually looking like a nice bull flag, right? Like a little triangle consolidation, looking for sideways and then up. And you literally did get some sideways here for 4 weeks, and then you got that impulse up into where you are testing the breakdown area. So here is our drawings. There you go. For the fib, you can see that around 450 we found some resistance, and around $1.75 to $2 we found major support, knowing that it is a higher low, okay, because the last support was around $1.10, this wick over here, okay? So we are making a new higher low. We are now testing back into where we broke down out of, and we're finding a little resistance here around 250. That makes sense until you actually lose $2. This is looking for upside and up. And what I mean by that, you're getting your little consolidational bull flag kind of situation. As long as you can tighten in this consolidation and hold above these levels here, the next natural path will be to go test into the resistance of $3.78 into 440. Over here is where we can put it in a second higher low to come test back into the low one more time and then look for upside continuation. So please be aware that this is a possibility moving forward. Now if you go to a lower time frame, such as daily, you can see we are already playing out that basic structure. Over here you had your resistance, and this was the last resistance, and here is your break of structure. Okay, so now the downtrend is technically broken here, and what we need to do here is find a higher low than these previous order block here, and you could look for that continuation up. Let me show you what I mean. So this was previous resistance. This resistance that's now flipped into your support. Okay, so this is now your support moving forward. And as you have price coming up, yes, it can go up, but it can come back and find support here and then continue up in a zigzag, expanding megaphone fashion like this until it hits its resistance either around 378 or 440 for it to come back, test support again. Hopefully when it gets to these levels, we do not lose 378. I don't know why this is so hard for me to say, 378, and we can actually claim the resistance here at 450, and then we'll look for the next level of resistance, which is 540, find support at 476, and then we could go into price discovery into much higher levels. All of this is possible. It's going to take time to occur. I did that on that daily. But if you look over here, let me turn off these crazy doodles. Let's delete all this. We're already on that path. It's just gonna take a little bit of time due to volume, right? So this week we're expecting how low can we go to find our support. As long as sellers get exhausted and we don't lose the 0.5, the 50% of the last week's candle, which is around 234. And if you turn off all the drawings here, 234 is also these wicks, okay, of these bodies. As long as we don't close into those bodies, the order block, the possibility of finding the support here at around 230 and continuing up into the next level of resistance, which would be 350, is very logical and probable. And that's the point I'm trying to make. As these guys are not in really any under pressure, they are sitting on nice gains, and they're still sitting in gains. And now we actually paused the downtrend here and did this impulsive candle to the upside in a short squeeze fashion. As long as these buyers hold and they don't get pushed out, and as long as these original people who bought here are not fearful going like, hey, we're going lower, and they start panic selling here, if we can just go sideways, okay, with the holders holding, you will eventually see upside as new people enter the market with this ETF and etc. More money is coming into the market for sure. It's just as to how it's flowing in is what people are going to have to keep an eye on. Yeah, altcoins might get some love, but usually the way it works, right, in cycles, people buy Bitcoin ETH. After Bitcoin ETH pauses its rally, money flows into alts. After alts pause their rally, money flows back in to Bitcoin ETH or into cash, depending on what phase of the cycle you're in. And it just rinses and repeats. So as of right now, since we're expecting Bitcoin and ETH to rally, all the altcoins will probably not gain value in BTC to ETH equivalent, but probably in dollar value will go up. So if you are looking to make more dollars, you'll see the value of your altcoin go up in dollar. But if you're trying to get rich in Bitcoin, you will see that your Bitcoin pairing of that is probably going to lose value. So hence why I'm saying in the beginning of the bull run, spot Bitcoin ETH is probably best for you. And some alts will run along with Bitcoin and ETH, but the majority of them will probably, peg to Bitcoin ETH price. So they're gonna have to hold that peg as Bitcoin and ETH rally, because it's gonna affect its value in Bitcoin and dollars. So the gist of what I'm saying is like, yes, alts will get love, but it will happen after the first phase, which is where spot gets its love. And spot is the the main show due to the fact that the ETF is supposed to go live tomorrow. Now, keep in mind, the Bitcoin ETF did that and had a sell-off event. If ETH has a sell-off event, that's not a bad thing. It's just showing you, hey, it's a buying opportunity. Because like I said, this week, all the stuff that happened last week with Biden and Trump, all that stuff that happened is all good and fun and awesome and shocking, but the charts are all set up for next week Fed meeting. All this other stuff, it doesn't really matter. What matters is our monetary policy, and ETF, being approved, great. That's fantastic. Once we see how the performance of the ETF is, then we can gauge the future of it. Obviously, I like ETH and everything, but the last couple weeks, if you guys are keeping track of ETH supply, ETH has become inflationary again. It actually increased its supply when it should be deflationary. So that's something that sticks out to me, which I don't like. And aside from that, guys, I mean, all these ETFs, as they come live, like GBTC just moved $1 billion in ETH out of their ETF into Coinbase, I'm assuming for selling. So just be aware that just like the Bitcoin ETF, it took GBTC, Grayscale, like a couple, I think like 2 weeks, 3 weeks for all the outflow. And that was volatile times, right? So you should expect maybe 2-3 weeks of outflow from Grayscale into whatever ETF provider the customers want, and then from there, when we have that stability, we can move forward. Because the first couple of days, people are just going to see, oh, look at the negative outflow, look at the negative outflow, and people are just going to be panicked and talking about that, but they're not really seeing where's outflow going, kind of situation. So if you are just one of those people who are watching like whale alerts and 1 million new tether printed, or 1,000 Bitcoin transferred, all of that stuff, man, doesn't really matter. You know, your levels. They're buying and selling at the specific levels. If anyone who's doing stuff in the middle of the ranges, it's retail. They don't really matter. So that's the gist I'm saying. I like WIF. It's actually showing support on this order block. If you go to the lowest time frame, if I was going to get an entry into this, I would be looking for it right around here, around 230. And then I can try to manage it above $2, thinking that, hey, even if we come all the way down to 230, my entry, and then under, I can add into it with these other people here and hope that we can all support the price together. If nothing else happens in the markets, aka a sell-off event. A selling off event means the whole market cap together will be affected. And that's another thing, like with a good positive ETF launch, the market cap will grow. It will also bring money into the market for alts. That's if everything goes smooth, if it's not a sell-off event, etc., etc., etc. So just be aware that we waited 6 months for this, and hopefully the 6 months of wait is not going to be a negative situation. You can see here on daily, like I already pointed out, like yes, this was the last high to take. The liquidity has been grabbed. If it was going to swing failure pattern, it would have done it right here, okay? But it was a fake out to the downside, and this is what that Quasimodo inverse head and shoulder stuff looks like, and it had that reach back up to the liquidity grab of the previous order block. If it was supposed to really hurt the shorts here, we would have went all the way up here for the liquidity at 376. The fact that we're already finding lower inside that range, underneath that order block, gives me question that, hey, we might go test back into the support over here, or like around $2, and then try to reverse back. So that's like the gist I want to say about the coin. With it's a meme coin. The money is looking good for trade opportunity. Just manage your risk properly. It was at 20 cents. I don't know what the use case of this coin is, but it's at around $2.50. So this is a coin that is a picture of a dog with a hat, and it's about $2.60 for you to acquire it per coin. And all you get to do is look at that dog with a hat. So yeah, if you're going to invest in this, keep all that in mind. But it is a tradable asset. It is showing you support. There are people moving the money in this because there's decent volume. And that's the gist of that. Full disclosure, I don't own this asset and I don't plan on trading it. But I thought that this would be good to see these meme coins. Like I want to go do Doge next. So the next video will probably be Dogecoin. Then I'll do some other altcoins and some meme coins. I would like to see uh, the difference between a good project such as Link compared to a meme coin such as Dogwifhat, because Link has been around for how long, and Oracle service and this and that and the other, and has use case and all that good stuff. But is Link a coin that I should just be trading, or should I invest in? And Link is also actually sitting on pretty decent support. So around like $12, $11, $12 is what I was trying to pick this up for the next leg up. But you're already doing, this is a Wyckoff distributional top. I don't like that at all. Yeah, look at that. So, I mean, Link is an example. This is a coin that, I would want to have, has use case, like this has longevity in the market. It's been around for a while, and look at how long it bases, kind of like a Ripple base, and then upside. But this looks like it's gonna grind out the support all the way to like $10, $11, and then we might see a breakup. So just be aware that stuff like this is happening in your stronger coins. Not a good thing. Here's another example, Solana, okay? Everyone is front running the next ETF, and Solana is what everyone is looking for. If you go look back on our videos of this coin, I've shown you what my target is, and it's actually coming to fruition. Let me see. There you go. It's a monthly chart. Let me go to weekly. There you go. So this was that last level that we were looking at the resistance around 160, 170, going like, hey, if you were going to short, this is a shorting opportunity to see if it's going to put in a third high. Now we're actually coming back and testing into the resistance. And this is now above 170. So 170, this area, you should consider support. Trying to short it and look for this and force it is probably not the best action. You probably should be looking for it on the next swing failure pattern around 190 or like 219. 190 would be the next level, depending on the timing of the ETH reversal after ETF. So just be aware that, yeah, it went above our level due to the hype and the euphoria in markets. This is another coin that, use case wise, it's memes. It's all memes. So I like how the transactions are cheap and free, but just be aware that this coin is also in a precarious position, that if it wants to just base here slowly and then just sweep the lows, it can't. So this white circle is like the base. If you encroach on this base and you come under 160 again, then be ready for that quick flush to the downside, like something like this, like a quick flush, not this slow chop. It should be a quick flush, because this will be the third attempt of trying to break up higher. After that, you can just take all the liquidity of the wicks underneath this level. So please, please, please be cautious. That's basically all I have for you guys today. Long ramblings, I'm sorry. And last thing, Dixie. Be aware that last week I was telling you Dixie was trying to put in its bottom. We did put in its bottom around 130, way lower than I expected, okay? I did not expect it under 103. I didn't even want to see it under 104.30. But the fact that the daily is back in above this level, if we close like this today, it's going to make me think that, hey, we might round a bottom, grind this lows around 104, and then just start shooting up into the Fed meeting next week. So please, please, please understand that the dollar index is already trying to price in what we're expecting next week. And as the world understands, one cut is not going to be enough. It's basically, we're starting the policy of going as low as possible. They're going to try to keep the inflation near 2%, but they're going to cut. So if you know that you're going to get cuts, right? As an investor, why would you buy a house now? Why not just wait until the mortgage rates go down? If you're a business owner, why are you going to expand your business in a higher interest environment when you could just wait a little bit and get a cheaper SBA loan? Just everyone in general is going to wait for, they're going to punish the market, in my opinion. So just please, please, please be aware, guys, of what's going on. If you guys have any questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section below. Aside from that, if you guys want to trade with me live, feel free to join me on my Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Sorry for the rambling on the video with Dogwifhat, but I hope you got the gist of what you needed to. And this is actually a really strong buy-up, but I don't like this flat. So just be careful, safe, don't over-leverage, and I wish you the best. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions or concerns, come see me in the Discord server and we'll chit-chat. Thank you. Bye-bye.